So how did you get hooked in with the White Ferns?
Well, they rang up about 3 or 4 weeks ago and they had a bit of a gap because their previous coach had left, and they asked me if I'd do it for the home series against the West Indies and then to go to the T20 World Cup in Bangladesh. So, about 6.5 weeks? I wasn't doing much else and I thought I'd just have a go. It was great.
And they looked an impressive unit. They're going to be competitive at that cup.
Well, I hope so. We sort of come from a bit of a nil base because they got beaten by the West Indies recently over in their country, and therefore it was a bit of hard work. But I always believe if you've got a good environment and it's a happy dressing room and you're willing to do some work, you'll get some results. And a wee bit harder when you get the World Cup, I suppose. Yeah.
You've got some individual talent here though. Susie Bates obviously, but Sophie Devine's been a star down here.
Yeah, absolutely. She's enjoyed this down here. Even though we got rained out and it's been pretty cold, she's been man of the match twice. I mean, with Sophie Devine and Sarah McGlashan and Susie Bates, we've probably got 3 of the best batters in the world.
Is the T20 format suit this particular squad, do you think?
Well, I think so. It's, I suppose, in a way, the 50-over game gives girls longer to develop their game and develop confidence. But the T20 thing is you get out there and no one can go for too many runs. You've only got to bowl 4 overs. Our plan is to make sure we score a lot of runs at the top of the order because that's where our strength is. And sometimes it's worked. Fortunately for us, even against the West Indies, when it hasn't worked, our bowlers have come through, and that's a younger brigade. So, yeah, we're getting a bit of a team together.
Big improvement I've noticed in the women's game is the fielding, the commitment to fielding, the arms are getting stronger.
God, 1 or 2 of them throw pretty hard. Yeah, we've got some things that we've got a goal that we want to be the best fielding team in the world. At the moment, obviously, the goal you look at is Australia. They're a great fielding side. We're working hard at it every day, and I think over the 5 games we've played, we're looking to say, well, we've seen a real improvement, and some of our girls, when they pick the ball up, they throw it like most of the men's teams, really.
What about the bowling, the stocks in New Zealand? Have we got much depth in that particular part of the game?
Yeah, well, I suppose in a way you could say there's 14 in this squad and there might be 15 or 16 players who could play international cricket, and that's got to be a goal of ours as coaches to say that base of cricketers has to be 20, and the group we'd like to follow at the moment would be the Black Caps. I mean, they've extended their group now to 20 or 22 players who at any time can play international cricket, and that's got to be a goal of ours in the next 2 years.
And I'm guessing these girls are going to be as mentally as strong as the guys. They'll be as determined to win.
Oh yeah, they love, there's a wee bit of competitive edge comes through, and I mean, I haven't played the game for a long time and I didn't think I'd be too competitive, but each day I think winning becomes pretty important. When you get a group together and you're playing in a competitive sport, at the end of the day the result still becomes pretty important to everyone.
And it's a great stage, isn't it, this T20 World Cup, for them to show their wares, and they'll get plenty of coverage and exposure.
Yeah, I think that's something we need to do. We need to work out where we are in the world, and I mean, there's going to be a lot of teams at the World Cup. We're probably rated 3rd or 4th. We'd like to come home 1st or 2nd, or in fact 2nd would not be probably good enough for 1 or 2 of them. But we need to know where we are and what we have to work on, and it's an opportunity for some of these girls to go out and compete against the best players in the world.
And there's the inspiration of what the Black Caps have done. That gets everyone up, doesn't it, in this game, because it's been a wonderful summer.
Well, it has, and really the innings of the summer, I mean, Brendan McCullum has set everyone up. I mean, it's recreated a new interest in the game, and the girls talk about it. The girls in the dressing room talk about some of the Black Caps that they perhaps didn't talk about before, and they want to emulate some of those performances. And I think it's good for New Zealanders to have role models, and Brendan and his team have done that.
Is there the opportunity to share some knowledge? Do they interact much, the men and women's team?
We don't sort of pass too much because they've just finished and we're in a series now. We're both going over to Bangladesh. We're slightly different in timing and we're in different venues. But I think most of these girls at the High Performance Centre at Lincoln will have met up with the Black Caps. I think there's a lot of them are quite friendly. They pick up tips from them. And as I said, I think all New Zealanders need these role models. And this last summer has created something new for New Zealand cricket.
And the Bangladesh conditions, I know we've had a wonderful summer at home, but we're always criticised as soon as we get on that boat, that plane. It gets difficult in the subcontinent. Are we adapting better these days?
Well, I think a lot of our girls are getting used to it. I mean, this team I'm with now have recently been to the West Indies, and therefore it was pretty warm over there. I'm expecting it to be extremely hot in Bangladesh. The pitches won't be quite as batter friendly. They'll be slow. They'll probably turn a bit. But I think that's what you've got to do in international sport. You play against the best players, and you play in all sort of different conditions, and you gain experience. And I think that's what we're willing to do. Hopefully, we come back a better team.
Same question with the men's team, isn't it? We've a big question mark over there.
Oh, it is, and I think with the men's team it took some time for them to develop. They've had their issues. They didn't always perform very well. Just lately they've given us something to aspire to, and I think that's one thing we talk about with the girls. We want to be consistent, we want to compete with the best in the world, and we'd just like to be like the Black Caps.
I wanted to stop you there. There's a rather cold West Indian captain who wants to talk to us. We had the conditions on our side here, didn't we, this week?
We did, and we're going to take them to a warmer place, I should imagine, at Mount Maunganui, and they may be a different team up there.
Yeah, just pretty disappointed, obviously, with the result. Felt that, we gave them too many opportunities in the first half. Sort of 3 mistakes of ours, and that led to tries. I thought we fought back well in the second half. And I thought we got back into the game and just didn't quite get close enough to put them under pressure. So, disappointing outing, but we just need to keep our heads up and we need to come home with some points. It's hard touring Africa, but if we can get up next week and bring some points home, we'll be fine.
Tati. Hokart has it. Tokida has a little go himself. Tokida! Wow!
Just brilliant. Looked to be meandering across the field to start to. As the gap opened up, he accelerated in, beat a couple defenders, and over he went.
Duplessis did well on the ground there.
High on,
After the ball came loose. Ross. Jono Ross! Hokart, quick to the ball. Safontaine! Young Safontaine gets his 4th, his 2nd of the season, and an absolutely brilliant build-up.
Yeah, g'day guys, back home in New Zealand. Post game from the Bulls in Pretoria. Pretty disappointed with the result tonight. We sort of threw a wee bit at them, and they had a really good defensive wall, and we came off second best on the scoreline. I think we improved on some areas of the game from last week and sort of fell back in others. So big week ahead of us. We're playing the Lions next week. We're on tour, so hopefully we'll get tight and have a good time tonight, and we'll just look forward to next week and try and come home with some points.
Advantage being shown by Andrew Lees. Wipu, little chip through from Hickey. Has he knocked the ball on?
Time off.
Does this come off the hand and arm?
That's a tough call.
Well, the Blues haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
That's as telling a sign as any camera angle.
You can award the try.
Well, there are huge signs of relief. Staying up. And Marcel Fanameva lost it forward, did he?
Time off.
Well, there's a knee movement there. I think that's the problem. He's grounded on the line. The big question now is going to be whether he used his body to propel himself forward or did he just place it?
Yeah, I'm happy he has enough momentum from the tackle to reach out and score the try.
Okay, so there was no knock on and he grounded it on the line.
Correct.
Wow. The Bulls full value for their win, their 2nd consecutive one in Pretoria. Full time at Loftus, the Bulls 38, the Blues 22.
Yeah, obviously pretty disappointed with the result. I mean, we tried hard out there, but it just wasn't enough. Tonight I think tactically we probably, if we had our chance again, we'd probably play a little bit more territory, more down in their end. But I guess everything's easy in hindsight. And I guess we've just got to look forward to next week and have a good week of training, good week of preparation.